Hi there, Coach Tonya with Criticalbench, joined by my colleague and good friend, Coach Chris. Now, in a previous video, I showed you 3 at-home tests you can do to test your balance. And if you do remember, I did really bad at the last one. And I told you in that video that I had some exercises that you can do to help improve your balance, and that's what we're going to do today. Coach Chris has agreed to be my demonstrator, and we're going to just go through very quickly 3 very simple exercises you can do several times a day to help increase your balance, okay? So the first one, Chris, I need you to just, you're going to be walking heel-toe in a straight line, neutral gaze, so you're looking straight ahead, and you can have your arms out for extra balance if you need it. You don't have to, but let's see you do that. Look at that, a pro. So again, something really simple that you can do. I mean, get up from your desk at work, take a couple seconds and just walk up and down the hall doing that. And just that can help with your balance. Well done.
Check.
Check, okay, so he's doing really good. Let's try him on the second one. This next exercise is basically just standing on one foot. That's all there is to it. There's not a lot of movement. What you want to do is make sure you're also testing balance on both legs, because our balance can be very different from one side to the other. I know I suffer, or suffer is a really extreme word, but my balance on one leg is much worse than on the other leg. So let's grab a chair. Now this is something you can do at home, just washing dishes, anywhere you're going to be standing for a bit of time where you have some support. And Coach Chris is just going to lift one leg up, just like that, okay? And count to like 10, 15. And when you've done that, you can switch to the other leg. And notice if you have a difference of balance from side to side. And again, something very simple you can do several times a day. Start hand washing dishes instead of using the dishwasher.
Or go without the chair, I guess?
You can. That would be the next progression up, is to do that without the chair. And again, to add another progression, now try that with your eyes closed. Okay, you can raise arms yeah. All of a sudden, when you take the visual away, it becomes more challenging, right?
Twice as hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but again, with practice, it's something that we can get better at. It doesn't mean it'll get perfect, but it can certainly get better. All right, the third one. It's actually, the third is sort of a series that we're just building on one move after the next, and it incorporates using a wobble board. So a wobble board is flat on one surface, and it's got this knob or this bulky component because it doesn't sit flat. It wobbles, which is why it's called a wobble board. Now, if you don't have one, not a lot of people have these at home, but most gyms will have something like this, and it's easy to take it and grab a bench or something to sit on and practice some of these exercises. This is getting a little more advanced. It's going to, we'll say, stress test your balance a little more, but very worthwhile doing. So we're going to use a chair for this. We're actually going to get you, you know what, I always switch this up, but I'm going to get you seated, okay? So this is for any of you out there who have never used or seen a wobble board, just to get used to what it feels like. So Chris is going to put his feet on that, and all I want you to do is just rock it back and forth, roll it around. So this is actually going to wake up your ankles. It's going to get them ready for that range of motion that's going to be used in doing the exercises. And it's also going to send a message to your brain. It's going to recognize this, okay? Excellent. All right, so let's get up and let's flip this chair around. For these, I strongly recommend you must have a chair for support. Now, Coach Chris is just going to stand on that and just stand on that, rock back and forth, just back and forth, one linear movement. Okay. Now, when he gets comfortable with that feeling, I'm going to ask him to now try to circular motions with the wobble board, which feels a little different. And even with the support, it's wobbly. And in both directions. Okay, great. Now, okay, good. Okay, look, you advanced. Okay, the overachiever. So now, once you first want to get comfortable with that. You want to get comfortable with what it feels like standing on the wobble board while supporting yourself. When you get really comfortable and obviously confident, you want to take your hands off the chair. You still want to keep it there for support. We don't want you falling off and getting hurt. But once you're comfortable with that and ready to take it up a level, take your hands off the chair and just try standing. Now it's not 100% still, is it? There's a bit of wobbling with it, but you're actually able to control and balance yourself on top of it. All right, so he's comfortable with that. So now I'm going to ask him to do the rocking back and forth motion unassisted. Look at that. Superstar. Very good. Okay, so he's really good at that, obviously very comfortable. Now it's time to go into that circular rotation movement. So he's going to do a few in one direction. Good. And if at any time you need to reset, it's absolutely okay to put your hands down. Now, after doing a few of those in one direction, he's going to switch and go in the other direction, and he probably will notice that one direction's a little easier than the other.
I'm trying not to ride the rim of it. I'm trying to
trying to keep the edge off the floor. Now, great, thank you. Now, when you do start that, you may find that the edge of the wobble board is hitting the floor, and that's okay. As you get, can't talk today. As you get stronger and more confident, you're going to be able to just very, like you said, hover, rotate that wobble board above the floor. Okay, so now you're comfortable with the wobble board. You can stand on it. You can rock on it. You can rock and roll with it, assisted and unassisted. So we're going to add a bit of movement to this, but first assisted, okay? And you may have to actually move that a little closer because we're going to be doing knee bends. So you find the distance that's right for you, okay? Now what Coach Chris is going to do is he's just going to slowly lower his knees down like a squat, as low as he's comfortable with. And it may take a couple seconds to adjust where you need the chair, where you need the wobble board, okay? There you go. Good. So he's going to do that a few times assisted. Excellent. Okay. And when he's feeling really good at that, he's going to try it unassisted, but the chair is going to stay in front. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Good job.
I don't know about perfect, but
that was very good. That was very good. All right, so that's really all all you need to do. You don't have to, it's not very intense. It doesn't take a lot of time. That heel toe walk you can do several times a day, no matter where you are. The same with standing on one leg and switching, always doing both legs. Then advancing to like wobble board moves, which are really going to increase your proficiency at being balanced and being able to sort of navigate uneven surfaces. So there you go, very simple. I hope you give these a try. Thank you, Chris, for modeling and demoing. Great job. Again, I'm Tonya with Criticalbench. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comments and questions, you can put them down below. Have yourself a wonderful day.